Today we're going to work on adding integers. In order to do this, you need your notes packet, turn to page 3, and about halfway down there's a box that says adding integers. That's where we're going to start. As we go along, you'll need to fill out your notes packet and do the examples. But before we do that, here's a little video to help you remember the rules that go with solving integers, or adding integers.
Remember your adding and subtracting integer rules? Same sign adding, different sign subtract. Take the sign of a larger number, then you'll be exact. Same sign adding, different sign subtract. Take the sign of a larger number, then you'll be exact. Same sign adding, a different sign subtract. Take the sign of a large number, then you'll be exact. Same sign adding, a different sign subtract. Take the sign of a large number, then you'll be exact. Then you'll be exact. Then you'll be exact.
Alright, he's a little strange, but let's summarize what his rule said. Same signs, add and keep, which means when we look at this one over here on the left, we have -5 plus -2. They both have a negative in front of them, which means we're going to add the 5 and 2 together, and we're going to keep, which means keep the sign. So a -5 plus a -2 makes a -7. And to get a pen to come up, here we go. This one would make -7. Over here, it says different signs subtract. I have a -5 and a +2. They have different signs, so we're going to subtract their value. -5 plus 2, if I take 5 minus 2, that would give me 3, and I take the sign of the bigger number, and it's talking about the one that has the biggest absolute value. We talked about that yesterday, and the -5 has the bigger absolute value, so -5 plus 2 would give us -3. Alright, here are some examples that you can put in your boxes. Alright, 4 plus 5 we've done before. These ones all go on the left-hand side where it says same signs. So 4 plus 5, those are both positive, so we just add their values and it stays +9. 8 plus 7, same thing, they're both positive, so we add the 8 and the 7 together, and that gives us 15, and it stays positive. Down here we have a -6 plus a -3. I'm just going to put some parentheses around here so you can see the negative is attached to the 3. Both of those are negative in value, so we're going to add those together, and we're going to keep our negative sign in front. And our last example for you to put in your box, and don't just put the answer, put the actual problems in there as you go. If you need some extra time, just pause the video. -2 plus -9. Since they're both negative, I add 2 and 9, and I keep the negative sign on the front. Alright, if we do some other examples, these ones go in the right-hand boxes where it says different signs. This time I have, and if you want to, you can write in your sign. I have a +8 and a -3. They have different signs, so we're going to subtract the 3 from the 8. And there were more positives. The bigger value was the 8, so it gets a +5 for answer. Here we have different signs, so we're actually going to take the 1 away from the 5, which makes 4, and the bigger absolute value has a negative attached with it, so it's going to be -4. -4 plus 6, take the 4 away from the 6, and that gives me 2, and I take the sign of the bigger number, so that's the +6 is the bigger value, so that would be +2, and our last one, 2 plus -9 would make -7. I subtract 2 from 9, and I take the sign off of the 9. So make sure you wrote the problem along with the answers in each one of your boxes. And once you've finished that, you're going to go back to the Chapter 2 folder. There are some practice problems that you can do. It'll give you some questions. You type in your answer, and it'll tell you whether you got them right or not. When you're feeling pretty good about those, there's a little short assessment for you to do inside the Chapter 2 folder. So there's 3 things in there. You watched the video already. You're going to move into the practice problems, and then you're going to take your assessment.